Hey loves, welcome back. Today we're gonna do some makeup for brown eyes. I want to recreate this look that I originally saw on TikTok. It looked super easy, so we're gonna just get ready together and hang out. So grab your makeup, grab your brushes, or grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. Of course, I'm gonna start off with my eye primer. This one is from Rare Beauty. Then I'm gonna use the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette, one of my favorites, and I'm gonna use that darkest bronzer color and apply that in the crease. Then I'm going to use the Milani Gilded Eyeshadow. This one is in 08 Terra. These are super creamy and pigmented, but I feel like you have to work really fast with cream eyeshadows or stick eyeshadows because they do dry pretty fast, but I love this shade. Trying to get it that right into the lid. These do dry really fast. I kind of wish they didn't. I don't want to get it too far up into the crease. I just want to bring it up so that it looks nice and seamless in this area. I was just trying to be really careful around the crease area because I don't want to bring these too far up. I do think that they blend, but you have to work super fast with them. I wish that the formula was a little bit less drying, but it's still gorgeous. So in the video that I saw, the girl used a cream bronzer, which you could totally do as well. But her bronzer looked warm, but a little bit more brown based and not too orangey. And a lot of my bronzers are pretty warm. So that's why I wanted to use something that was more brown. And I love this color. I just feel like shadow sticks in general can be a little bit more on the dry side, but I do like the way that it looks. I'm gonna do some winged liner for a change, and I'm gonna use liquid liner instead of eyeshadow. So this is the NYX Epic Ink liner, and this one is just in the shade Black, an oldie but a goodie. Oh, I love this brush tip. I forgot how good this is. Something else I love about this liner is how dark it is and the way that it dries matte. Of course, we need some lashes. I'm using the Kiss My Lash But Better lashes, and these are in the style Bare Affair. So let me pop these on and I'll be right back. I'm gonna prep the skin with my Dalba First Spray Serum. I cannot even tell you how many bottles of this I've gone through. It's the best. And then for primer, I cannot get enough of this NYX Honey Do Me Up primer. It feels so good, and I love the way makeup lays on top of this. P.S. I also love these lashes from Kiss because they are a little bit more voluminous and dark, so they don't get lost in the dark eyeshadow. I was a little bit nervous about the eyeshadow, not gonna lie, but I actually love the way it turned out. It's nice and versatile too. You could use any type of like cream bronzer as well that is a little bit more brown based, or even just like matte brown eyeshadow would work really nicely too. For foundation, I'm actually going to use a skin tint. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's the Hourglass Hydrating Veil Skin Tint. I have this one in the shade 9. I'm just going to mix in like 1 or 2 drops of the e.l.f. bronzing drops, and I'm going to use the shade Pure Gold today. I really love Rose Gold, but let's try out Pure Gold. I just want fresh, glowy bronze skin, of course, to go with the bronzy brown makeup. Fresh foundation brush, my fave. I should have used a foundation today, honestly, because I'm actually breaking out a little bit, and this is definitely more glam, but it's fine. Maybe I'll just use a little extra concealer around certain areas, because the skin tint is beautiful, but it doesn't have a ton of coverage because it's a skin tint, so it's a bit more natural, but it's so pretty though. But I have a full coverage concealer to the rescue. This is one of my current favorites. It's the Double Time Full Cover Concealer from Kokie Cosmetics. I'm gonna use the shade Golden Tan and Tan Peach. I'm also gonna just spot conceal on any areas where I feel like I need it the most. I'm gonna start with Golden Tan. I love this concealer. It is super full coverage and smooth. I cannot stop using it because it looks so good with a ton of different foundations or skin tints. Like, it just pairs nicely. And I actually do really like it with something with a little bit less or more natural coverage, because then this kind of just helps to balance everything out. And you can always use it too to conceal any areas that you need a little extra coverage with too. I mean, come on, that looks so good. I was gonna actually mix 2 shades, but I'm just gonna stick with this color today. This is seriously comparable to a high-end concealer. By the way, the bronzing drops in Pure Gold, I actually really like them. I only did about like maybe a drop and a half, and it's perfect. Love, it's not too orange, and it mixes well, I think, with foundation better. I'm gonna add some cream bronzer. Of course, we're gonna keep this entire look super bronzy, so I'm gonna use the Halo Glow Beauty wand from e.l.f., and this one's in the shade Medium Tan. I think I overestimated how pigmented these are, or underestimated. This color is very warm. I'm gonna go back over with my foundation brush and just kind of diffuse this out a little bit with whatever product is left over. I'm gonna set my under eyes now with the Veil Translucent Setting Powder from Hourglass. I have the mini version because I bought the big version because I love it so much, but I wish the packaging was like this on the big one because it's not the best, but the powder still, it's so good. And I'm actually already running out of this little mini one as well. It's such a beautiful smoothing powder. Then I'm gonna use a little NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder for some extra brightness. And I'm gonna set my entire face with this as well. Okay, this looks scary, but what do I always say? We're gonna trust the process because this looks crazy right now. I really like the shade Light Medium. I need to actually purchase that because I ran out of it. Light is a little bit lighter, but it does give some nice brightness. It's a beautiful smoothing powder though, regardless, whichever shade you get, this is a stunner. It's so good. I'm gonna add one of those kind of barely there blushes. This one is the Relove by Revolution. It's a duo blush, and this one is in the shade Kindness. And I love these kind of just really natural toasted shades. So I'm gonna apply that right on my cheeks. I didn't do any cream blush today because I think I'm gonna layer 2 powder blushes. So let's see. It's actually brighter than I thought. See, these are so pigmented, and you can get them at Walmart, and I'm telling you guys, they're some of the most underrated pigmented drugstore blushes. I actually love the different duos. You also get a highlighter in it too, which is really nice. It's a little bit brighter than what I wanted, but it's still cute. Definitely gonna emphasize this bronzer too a little bit more. I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer palette from Essence. So what I'm actually doing now, because I feel like the bronzer and blush is pretty intense, I'm just toning it down with whatever powder is left over on my puff. I'm just pressing that and using it as like a little eraser. That I always do that with my brushes or makeup tools. I use whatever product is left over to kind of blend out any harsh lines as I go, and it just makes the process a little bit more seamless. And then if you have any little mistakes, that's like a good way to clean them up. I'm gonna take the same bronzer and smudge some of that right on my lower lash line. I just got bronzer fall out on my face. Somehow I was able to just blend that away with the little tip of the powder puff that I was using. Okay, cool. Whew, we're good. I was nervous because I'm like, no, I don't want to ruin my makeup. So now this is what I really feel like makes your eyes pop. Black liner. So I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Creamy Eye Kohl. That really makes it everything pop even more. I love brown liner too, but something about black, it really just takes it there. It takes it to the level that it needs to be at. I don't really feel like that bronzer on the lower lash line did really much for me, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is take that cream shadow stick that I was using from Milani. I just got something in my eye. Okay, I got it. The tiniest little thing is crazy how it like feels like something is jabbing at your eye, and you look and it's like a tiny little like piece of eyeliner. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm gonna take that cream eyeshadow and I'm gonna put that right on my brush. And I'm gonna kind of smudge that under there a little bit. I like that. That looks good. Better than the bronzer. The bronzer is a little bit too light. I need something to contrast against that black eyeliner, and that color that I have on the lid is perfect. I would still continue to use the Milani cream shadow sticks, by the way. I would say just like in general, you have to work quickly with them, but I still think it's doable. They're beautiful colors, and like I like the end result, so I'm willing to like make it work, you know? I'm really gonna smudge this out. It's nice too because I always say, but every time I do this, I feel like it takes away from my little fine lines. So if you have fine lines, just smudge a little bit of bronzer or like brown eyeshadow right in this area, and it's gonna just kind of take away from that and not look as creasy. But remember, fine lines are normal. Concealer is gonna crease. Products are gonna settle into your lines, and that's okay. We can do little things to take away from it, but it's never going to be totally perfect. I mean, let's be real. I'm going to use a little Fenty mascara. I used this before and I'm pretty sure I wasn't like obsessed with it, but I actually think I really love it. And I typically don't really love a lot of high-end mascaras, but this one is so dark and it does a nice job at giving your lashes some nice length and volume, so I actually really like it. It kind of reminds me of the Rare Beauty mascara a little bit. It's like the more that I'm using it, the more that I'm like, wait, I think I actually really love this. It can be a little clumpy though if you do too much, so that's the only thing, but I like the way it looks though on my lashes, on the lower lashes specifically. So then I wanted to keep the inner corner really simple, so what I did was just take a little brush with my powder, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. You can use any powder. And I just put a little bit of that right in the inner corners, and I kind of used it too as like just a little, again, eraser. If there's any darkness around here that I don't want, I just take my little brush with a little bit of the powder and kind of just smooth that out, and it lightens it up a little bit and brings a little bit of brightness to the inner corner. I don't want anything crazy because the main moment is really just the smoky brown eyes, but I like doing this too sometimes. Now for lips, I'm going to start off with the Rare Beauty Kind Words lip liner in the shade Gifted first. If you have not tried these lip liners, you're seriously missing out. It's just too good. And whenever I mess up a little bit, I just take a little flat brush and just kind of clean that up. There we go. I mean, like, come on. Are you kidding? I cannot with this color. It's everything. Then my favorite, top favorite shade, but I think it's also a good mixing liner, and this one is in Wise. I don't even know why I'm looking at it. I already know what it is in my sleep, but I'm gonna take a little bit of this and fill my lips in with this shade. I'm also kind of going over Gifted with this color Wise as well. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of the Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip Pencil, and this one's in Sunkissed. Right in the center. Then I'm going to do a tiny bit of gloss. This is the Dose of Colors gloss in the shade. Actually, it's a lip oil, just kidding, in Pretty Casual. Oh, these smell so good. It's a nice little topper. You can actually find Dose of Colors at JCPenney and Amazon as well, and these are amazing. So a lot of the base products that I used are very glowy and hydrating, so I'm going to finish everything off with a natural matte setting spray, and I am in love with the LYS Natural Finish. This one has such a fine mist, goes on really nicely, and just does a nice job at marinating all of your products so they don't look too powdery. When it dries down, it's, like I said, it's a natural matte finish, so it's not too matte, but it's also not dewy. So since my skin is nice and prepped and hydrated, this is perfect. I also love the packaging. This is also another 10 out of 10 brand and product. So nice. And we're done. The sun is working in my favor right now, but I really do think the brown eyes pop, and I love the way this look turned out. I was a little skeptical at first and I was having a hard time trusting the process, but the end result is actually really cute. You guys should try it out for all of my brown-eyed babes. Let me know what you think. When I was in my early teens, I was not a fan of my brown eyes. I used to wear colored contacts, but now I just love them so much. So if you don't love your brown eyes, you should, because they're so beautiful. And one of my favorite things about brown eyes is that I do feel like they are very universal when it comes to different makeup looks. Like, you can get away with pretty much a lot of different looks, but of course all eye colors are beautiful, but love your brown eyes, because now I love them so much. And like I said, I love them with all different kinds of makeup, but this makeup specifically, I really like the way the brown looks. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye.